You know, I'm pretty sure a Pakistani goodbye is the opposite of an Irish one. Overstay your welcome and then ask if you could take home food.
Yeah, that's funny. Hi everyone, welcome to Marvel Monday on Old Lady Reacts. I'm the old lady, otherwise known as Michelle. I'm a huge movie buff who's seen pretty much everything. I even worked at a video store for a few years, but somehow I skipped over an entire genre of movies. So I created this reaction channel where I react to action and superhero movies and TV shows that I am viewing for the first time. I'm watching the MCU in release order, so it's time to finish up Ms. Marvel. I have to update that intro because every time I do it, I try to do it faster because I was so bored with it. Anyway, yeah, I'm not liking this show that much. It's very predictable, not very well crafted plot-wise. Like, I'm liking the cultural aspects of it, and I appreciate the importance of representation and that the representation that they're including, and I really enjoy seeing that. But it's because I find that stuff so important to be in TV shows and movies today that I think it deserves a well thought out and complicated plot behind it, like the rest of all the Marvel TV shows. And this plot is not to that level at all. And I'm not sure that these final 2 episodes are going to be able to fix the deficits of the way it started and I think the really misguided idea that they had to go to take the story to Karachi just to make things interesting. It's like they didn't think it just being in the US was interesting enough, but then they didn't really explain the reasons for the trip in a way that was anything more than the most like basic surface level plot device kind of thing. So it's making me sad because I really wanted to like this show. And I'll give these last 2 episodes a chance, of course, but I don't have high hopes for it finishing well. So right before we get started, please support my channel by subscribing so you can find me easily and watch more of my videos. Let's dive into the end of Ms. Marvel.
And you're not from this village. So what brings you to my doorstep?
With all of your eyeliner.
When we first met, you threatened to break my leg.
Well, I changed my mind.
Would have been funnier if she just said, I still might.
You have until sundown tomorrow, and then we will all go home.
Why until sundown tomorrow? Again, with the we have to have it right now. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Aisha, please, I can't keep up.
This is the last train, Hassan. We need to hurry.
What are we actually running from?
I feel like he should have asked that before they left.
Make sure Sana gets on that train tonight. Promise me, Hassan.
Nothing is going to happen.
Like, so he goes from, this is the only life I've ever known, that's the only house I've known, to nothing is going to happen?
Where is the bangle, Aisha? That's mine. I'll find it if it's the last thing I do.
Well, wouldn't you need her alive in order to find it? Uh-oh. That's never a good sign.
I can make it.
You have Kamran!
I don't know that she cares.
You know, I'm pretty sure a Pakistani goodbye is the opposite of an Irish one. Overstay your welcome and then ask if you could take home food.
Yeah,
I have to go
that's
tell
funny.
the others. You know, if you ever need anything, I'm just take all away. Although the US government may or may not have several warrants out for my arrest, so...
Why?
Perhaps this was the journey I was intended to take, one that would bring me back to you.
That's really corny. Nobody really talks like that.
Is there a car guy as well?
Ooh, no.
Dude, she left you behind to fend for yourself. What makes you think she's coming back?
She wouldn't just leave me behind like some kind of orphan. You don't get it.
I think she kind of did, dude. Sorry.
Well, I don't know if you're hungry, but my Nona's out of town. She left some lasagna in the fridge.
But someone's gonna come and find you.
You have powers too?
Okay. That some viewers may find upsetting. Oh, all right. I don't think I've ever seen a warning like that on certainly not on an MCU show. There's been a lot of disturbing stuff in there too. So it's interesting that they would put that. Yeah, maybe don't touch anything then. I wish they'd go a little bit into like what that stuff actually is. It seems like it's just like a random thing. They haven't gotten really specific about it. This feels like a very random song. I'm not sure how it connects with anything else.
And we trust her, right?
No.
Have you heard from Bruno?
No, why?
I've been trying to get a hold of him because Circle Q exploded.
So I find it hard to believe like that the entire time that they were leaving Karachi and like flying and traveling back, which was like 24 hours. It takes a long time to get to back and forth to Pakistan. That she didn't text Bruno or any of her friends or anything. Like that's... Why isn't she pulling it out of the box to show what it is? Like if they didn't want to show it, they should have just not shown it at all. Like don't show it folded in the box.
I don't have time for chronic quotes. Excuse me.
Actually, that was Abraham Lincoln.
That's a halfway decent line, all right.
Holy. Disinfectant wipes, toilet paper.
Kick it in.
Then how is it holy?
That one.
Did you hear that? I'm her boyfriend. And you're both witnesses. Do you have a body cam? I'd love to have.
Who is that guy? Have we seen him before?
Wait. You need a disguise.
I don't know that disguise is gonna do it, but okay. Was that just meant to be funny and that was a joke I didn't really get?
Come on.
I do like that it's a little dress. I think I said before, like somehow they didn't make it a little dress, blah, 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 but it's cute that it's a little dress like that.
You guys go. I'll catch up.
Let's get him to the harbor by midnight.
Okay. Thank you.
Why did they need to go on ahead for her to make that phone call? Oh, and then she caught up with him anyway? Okay.
I tell you everything, and this is the biggest thing that's ever happened to you, and you didn't tell me. So, I mean, maybe.
Okay, but you like kind of hate superheroes. I didn't.
When did we establish that she hates superheroes?
It's where I film my TikToks. And I owe you for saving my life.
Well, it kind of wouldn't really have needed to have been saved if not for her in the first place, but okay. We won't quibble about that point.
What are you doing here?
How did you get in here?
Bathroom window. I went to school here too. Mom sent me to watch out for you.
That's so random. Like, why is the brother there? That's weird. Yeah, there's a thing on the side that hanging right there. That's what that's for. to get the glass. Could have used that.
Okay, you're not gonna get it. Evacuate now, Deaver. You hear me?
So he just telling them to go. Yeah, she's not going to, but okay. That just was weird. How long did it take them to get into position? It's been like 10 minutes of showtime, which is like an hour at least or two. So the brother could get in through the bathroom window, but the Department of Damage Control needed a bomb.
Hey, you freeze!
Okay, they know that fire extinguishers don't just blow smoke, right? Like it's an actual substance. It's not just... And did they mess with them to do something? Are they seriously gonna kiss? Yeah, not right now. Not right now. I mean, this looks like a good way to get your friends killed. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just too old to, like, I would have never put my friends in this position. Like, I don't find this funny. Like, maybe it's thinking too seriously about it, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like a good idea. And kind of unnecessary. Like, is it really necessary to do all of this? Like,
Gross.
gross.
What happened in Pakistan? Just tell me.
Nishma did exactly what she swore she was gonna do. Okay, she pierced the veil.
Okay, I want you to tell me something, but I'm going to run away from you while you're telling me. It's just there's so many things that just don't make sense. So ceasefire and they all turn around and walk away, but they don't have a command for like turning. It's just so weird. And all of this is happening in front of an enormous crowd. Like, it just seems so unlikely. I'm sorry. I don't think they've built this properly to make sense. The crowd feels like the crowd from like the old Superman movies. Like it's not really happening, and it's not important if a whole bunch of people aren't watching it and cheering on. Like, it's just so like, what? It seems weird that this turns into now a fight between the two of them.
It's gonna be very difficult for her to find a husband.
What'd she say?
It's going to be very difficult for her to find a husband. I don't think that's high on the priority list right now.
Let's hope this hot dog is halal. My heart was...
Yes, I hope the hot dog is halal. I feel like those lights would have a lot of like pigeon poop on them. Like, I don't know that I'd want to sit on one. Maybe she just found a clean one or something.
Explosion, okay? Plus I look good driving it, so I'll probably take it to Caltech.
I, for one...
Oh, I thought he would have left already. So whose locker did he put that note in? What? Okay. What the hell? Oh, no. Oh. Okay. So I think I figured out my main problem with this show. Ms. Marvel just feels out of step with where we are in Phase 4 of the MCU. Like, they obviously tried to make the show very light and young and high school and all that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't mind that. It totally works in the Spider-Man movies. But thinking about the main themes of the previous shows, this show just like, it doesn't feel like it has the depth that I've come to expect. Like, WandaVision was so much about grief and loss and pain. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was PTSD and capitalism, racism, nationalism. There's all that politics of that. Loki dives into the multiverse in a huge way and also covers love and regret and free will. Moon Knight is like mental illness, reality versus mythology, and also love and identity. And while Ms. Marvel tries to cover a lot of ground, it somehow doesn't manage to be about anything deeper than exactly what it's showing on screen. Like, I think it tried to be too comprehensive and cover too many cultural touchstones and historical themes that they all became surface level, and they didn't really get to deep dive into anything more specific and like work to connect it to the action and the character's actual journey. Agent Deaver was just a flop in my mind because she was so over the top in that final fight. Like, does she have any other mode other than to be like racist and just like capture the main characters regardless of what anyone tells her or how it looks to the outside world? Like, there was no additional personality or motivation there. She was just like as one note as all the other villains. And I don't understand why the whole story about Partition and the mother and grandmother's relationship was there in the first place. Like, not that Partition isn't an important story to tell. I would really enjoy hearing stories about that. It just wasn't really explained in depth and with like well fleshed out characters. I understand the generational trauma of events like that and how it's passed down to children and grandchildren, but those events happened to the previous generation of everyone already established as a character in the story. It's just like, it's like each incident was created as its own event with its own tone rather than like contributing to the overall story arc across the 6 episodes. It all just felt very disjointed. They also don't really explain why the Jinn were stuck in this realm and why they needed the bangle and what Kamala was supposed to do for them. Once the veil was opened, like why did it vaporize anyone who got close to it? Like, how Najma transferred her powers to Kamran or whatever happened there, I wasn't even sure. And Najma's reversal in sacrificing herself happened just way too quickly. Like, how did she know that would work? And then after 5 episodes of her killing people in order to get what she wanted, one sentence from Kamala and she's just like oh, okay, never mind. I mean, ugh. And the stuff in the high school was so silly, but also like really, really dangerous. Like they could easily have all been killed. But everyone was just like, okay, no big deal. Let's fill the high school with crazy expanding foam and fling softballs at government agents with machine guns, because the lady said in a 3-second clip beforehand that they were non-lethal. Well, you know what? Newsflash. You don't need actual bullets in a situation like that to die and be killed or be seriously injured. And it's not funny. Like, it feels inappropriate to treat a situation like that with levity now. Like, we used to do that in movies in the 80s. That's not what we do anymore. And it's just not normal for Marvel to do that. Like, Marvel has spent the last 15 years creating stories that deal with like the effects of violence in an emotionally mature way. This just feels incongruous with everything they've taught us to expect. I could go on, but I know that's not fun for you guys to listen to. So I'm just going to end here and say I'm glad to be moving on. We'll just leave it at that. So if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. It really does help the channel. And here's another of my reactions for you to watch. Thanks for watching with me.